Hello my fellow foliage fanatics. My friends call me Fenchy. Today is water propagation maintenance day. I hope you're ready to hang out and take care of some plants with me. I have gathered before me all of the plants that I had in water in the tent. Each one of these plants, I will have some sort of excuse as to why it looks the way that it does, I'm sure. But most of them have not had their water changed in a really long time. So just doing that will be a good start for a lot of these. I know one of them is not good because I can smell it. So that'll be fun to find out together. The plan here will be to assess them individually and decide if I want to pot them up or not. I don't have much soil, but I have a considerable amount of moss. I mixed some old with new and some perlite and stratum just to make it go a little further. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect here. I didn't even count the plants. I just know that it's a very heavy container, and I did not even empty the water. So I figure we could take care of them together. So thank you so much for joining me. I've had an incredibly productive month, and I'm just gonna keep riding that boat. So let's get to work on some neglected water propagations. That's why I don't do this very much. I actually prefer moss. I don't like water. I just rinsed them out so they're nice and clean. Well, kind of clean. So all of these plants are plants that have been in water for a very long time, including this guy. This is my Arid Market Jose Bueno, and now this leaf feels wilty. He needs some attention, so we're gonna give it to him. This is one of the whole bunch of plants I brought up here today. Pink mug, we have some of the syngonium I cut in my tent the other day. We have some good roots, and oh yeah, those are okay. They look like they're rotten, but there's new growth at the end. So I'll have to take a smash test. But here's a really pretty syngonium. I don't know what it is. Jennifer yells at the screen. She knows. It's beautiful. I am a sucker for pink anything. So let's see. Yeah, that's not rotted, but this is. It also looks like there's like spider mite webbing in the water, but I don't actually see spider mites on the leaves. That's interesting. Let's see if the camera will pick that up. There's like webbing on that root. Rotten on the tip. So this one I cut all the way back except so it's a stick now. And we have some rotten caterpillar situation thing happening. That's so gross. This is the one that gets stunk. I picked a great one first. A nice stinky one. I can see some activated growth points on it though, so even though it was not doing great in the water, she was still trying to grow. It's got a nice new leaf coming, and there's activated growth points on this stick, and one nice root, but the other roots are all yucky. I think she will enjoy being. So I'm gonna put this one in moss right up against the edge of the cup. We'll see if she likes that situation better. Fit in there? Yeah, I guess it does. So this pretty guy, I'm assuming this is a piece of the milk confetti. I love this plant. It's a nice piece. There's nothing wrong with it. It looks dark, but it's fine. Ta-da! And here's the third piece. We're gonna... I love syngonium so much. We have our third piece. She's so cute. I love you so much. Here is a very yucky looking piece. Let's clean her up real quick. I'm using a regular just baby wipe, and I'm just pulling off the yuckiness. So you can see this root looks nasty, but there's all this like new pieces growing off of it. I don't know why it looks like that. Give her a cut by herself since she wants to try to rot. Don't rot, please. I don't propagate in water, like just standing water in a jar very often. The air garden is a different story, but just a jar of water, we don't get along great. Good luck. Oh, I actually should write what I think that is on there too. Where did I put my Sharpie? I'm not 100% what it is, so I'm just gonna like label them all like the same name so that I know they're all the same plant. So let's name this plant real quick. Cindy. Cindy A, Cindy B, C, Cindy D. And since Cindy A was rotting, I'm gonna put like a star on it so that I remember. Put a star on the date so we remember. All right, on to the next plant. One yellow yucky leaf. We have a lot of nice roots on this one. Maybe because it was in with the philodendron. I'm not gonna say people say that, but people say that. There's a little bit of yuckiness on here, but we do have some good fruits. Where's my baby light? One of my absolute favorite syngoniums, I think. It reminds me of like pink and green camo, Jurassic Park. I really enjoy this leaf in particular. Maybe I should just get a whole piece dedicated to plants instead of trying to just fit them in where they can fit. She will enjoy moss. No worries here. And we are going to name this one Cherish, because that is where it came from. So here is Cherish A. Painted ladies, they don't care. Right here, do not care at all. We're gonna take this top piece. Look at all this painted lady pieces. Oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite philodendron, I think. They're just so beautiful. I wish I could grow one in my room, but it's so dark in here. We're in the middle of the day right now. It's so dark. I have quite a few painted lady props going already. I really should just stop cutting this plant. As for this fella, we are going to put him in a prop box. We're gonna have so many painted ladies. I wrote painted lady and the date on it, and I'm gonna actually tape the holes up because I didn't bury all of the roots and I don't want them to dry out at all. So this will stay like 100% humid with some tape on it. I'll leave like a couple uncovered, but I love how these smell. Painted lady smells so good when you cut it. This one is in an octopus mug. I wonder if my husband's wondering where this was. It's technically my mug, so I'm allowed to do what I want with it, but it has been housing a piece of Seymour for a minute. Seymour got spider mites, and I just didn't feel like dealing, so I cut him all the way back. It looks like he might still actually have spider mites, so we're just gonna put him in a box and just keep starting him over until he stops having that problem, because, sir. No, I didn't actually see any actual spider mites. I just saw some damage, and we don't play. We just don't play. So what I'm gonna do with this one is we're going to put this in a prop box. I'll have to go grab another one from downstairs. I have so many pieces of Seymour. Let me know if you want some suvastatum. I have so many. So many. This is the only one I think that still had spider mites, which is why it was in water. But we just have all these new pieces. Seymour. I'm gonna cut some of these roots off because no, you're little, you can keep all your roots. This feels like pasta. Seymour. Okay, nexties we have this syngonium, which again, some yuckiness. It has not been that long since I did all this, like a couple weeks maybe. I don't remember the actual date that Syngonian video was filmed. It was the day I stayed up all night. So who knows, but I'm pretty sure this is pieces of Three Kings or Becky. This is either pieces of Becky or Chad Brad. Who knows? Which I think they're both Three Kings, so that's what I'm gonna label it as. And I'm actually gonna just keep these two pieces together. I'll keep all three of them together. I never did as a child. Never gave them even a second glance. And now I see a green plant and I'm like, what are you? Who are you? Wanna come home with me? Okay, this little guy is a 2 for onesies. We have an aglaonema rooting in water, which I'm just gonna let it continue to root in water. I'm just gonna give it clean, fresh, new water. Cause you can go sit in the cabinet with the ones that we just recently repotted. And this one is another plant that I am literally obsessed with, and she's looking a little ragged here. It was basically touching the light when it was in my thing up here, which is oopsies on my part, but I wanted to make sure it was definitely getting enough light because I chopped it, and look at all these roots. So she's fine, and I'm so excited. I'm just gonna keep multiplying this plant. I think there's 3 or 4 of them in the tent right now, and one of them looks so good. But now we're gonna have another cutie. She's got some nice roots there. I'm gonna take these leaves too, because I don't know if they're... This one probably could have stayed, but this one just has some weird looking damage on it. Right here. I don't know. I don't even want to play, so we'll just say goodbye to her. Let's do Jose. So, if you're not familiar with the story behind this plant, I encourage you to watch that video because I cannot believe still to this day that it was alive. And not only is he alive, I just pulled this little leaf off. He is very rooted. Oh, there's a piece of, I don't even remember. You need a little cup. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the original leaf off so that I can cut it. This almost hurts my heart. I wanna do it. I'm gonna cut you. I'm sorry. Oh, you've been through so much. Say goodbye. Thank you so much, little leaf friend. He's starting to yellow, super droopy. This plant lived in the dark for a month and had all of its leaves, and that was one of them, which is insane. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bottom cut off of this one. I know some people who want a Jose Bono, and I would like to be able to do that for them. So let's, I did cut roots on accident when I cut that too. I'm gonna cut it right. It won't fall because it's attached with the roots, but now we have 2. And look how much roots he's still got. And he'll be able to sit better in like a cabinet or something, get better conditions, because it's kind of awkward in this like cylinder vase thing. Here we are, my friend. We've had quite the journey together so far. I have such a wild appreciation and an admiration for this plant. He's just so incredible. Can't stop, won't stop. New house. Good luck, little friend. I'm gonna wash my hands and swap camera batteries. So here's our booty cut. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it as one piece for now. I don't wanna jeopardize as many possible growths activating as possible. JB 1214. Here we have some more aglaonema, which I have never changed this water, never. Since I put these in here, I've never changed it, so I'm a little afraid to pick this up. Okay, that's not as bad as I was expecting. There is some rotten leaves in the water though. I've never changed it, never. Not bad. So I think this one is probably just gonna stay in water. Just stick it in the jar over there after I clean it up. And these two will get dirt. I'm gonna give these two soil. So this plant, I think this is one of Jennifer's favorites. Is this the Wishes aglaonema? This has been one of the struggle bus ones. Not that it's like obviously it's fine, but it just doesn't grow and it gets droopy. I don't know if it needs less light or what, but and it's a little burnt on this leaf. So we're gonna go ahead and take all the leaves off and put it in some soil. I think this is the Wishes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and write Wishes on it just in case, but if it's not, I'm whatever, her name's Wishes now. And I have propagated this plant for you, Jennifer. We now have 3 of them. This is one of the ones we're taking care of today. This one, baby wipe. It's mostly the the thingy that peels off that is rotted, not actually like roots or anything. So we have this beautiful, doesn't that look fake? How are you real? Beautiful pink aglaonema that looks like a fake plant from IKEA. And we're gonna give her dirt too. And another one. Very small little cup. I want these all to stay together if possible, so I'm trying to Tetris them in the container. We have this little guy, I don't remember what he is, one of the velvet dudes. Splendid, possibly a glorious, possibly, I don't know, something. We'll give you your own little box too, ma'am. It's also entirely possible some of these will end up in my red stuff. I just want them to get some moss roots before I do that because these were all in water. This is a little fella. I don't know what it is, so we'll find out eventually. Here's another syngonium. We get a baby wipe, I can already tell. It always looks so much worse than it is. Like, they look so dark, but they're not rotten. Why? It's like they like to prank me. Let's make mom worry. It's a pretty pink one, although my cameras never do them justice. Label these few too, because I think they're the same. I'll just put them together. I'm gonna cut this bottom node off. Okay. Don't you dare get spider mites. I don't know what kind of syngonium that was, but I have 2 pieces of it right here. So Jennifer, tell me so I can label this box. You know what it is. I do not. It's like a joke how bad I don't know what some of these plants are. I just wrote sin on it. Here's another few aglaonema. May not leave these in water too. Yeah, this one especially, there's nothing going on it yet. Although it did grow a new leaf and after I cut it. That is so freaking pretty, what the heck? And it has a new one coming in. This is roots. What are those? What are those? These are just regular baby wipes. They're shea butter. I hope they enjoy it. This jar is gross, but you should probably also stay in water. They're gonna be on a heat mat this time in water. That may have also helped. Oop, there's a princess hiding in there. This one's so cool. I've propagated this one a bunch too. I think there's like 3 or 4 downstairs. I'm gonna have to stop. Too many. Put it in moss. Probably should have put it in soil. It'll be fine. You can stay in water. So pretty, it looks like Christmas. Give you soil though. Such a pretty little leaf too. Here's a princess. You're just hiding there the whole time? And I didn't even know? He's so cute. Definitely deserves a cup. I'm basically out of moss though. What do I do? What do I do? I think we can do like one more dude. Okay, this is a bipin aria and it just hates life. Let's see if we can make it unhate its life by giving him, he's in a really cool like bird cup too. It's dirty. It's like, it is a toucan. Let's give you some. No. Finally, out of that jar. Hopefully, we'll stop hating its life. The big child is awake now, so I use that brief opportunity to kind of clean up a little bit. So we only have 4 jars left, but this is all the moss I have mixed up. So if there's not enough for everything here, it's going back in water because I feel like this is taking forever. One, I just showed this not that long ago. This tricolor confetti is just, let's see what's in this jar. I knew we had a lot of roots to work with. That big pot that I cut back, and it has the cutest new little leaves on it down there already. He is thriving. He said, cut me? I don't think so. I think part of the trick of making sure I get the most out of my moss will be combining some of these. Cause Mama ain't got time for 42 when I only got enough moss for like 3. Good leaf coming. So pretty. She's too pretty to share a cup with anybody else. Tricolor confetti. Let's see what's going on with all these little dudes. You know, can just live together until we can recognize you enough to separate you. There we go. That should work. If they all root, they won't be able to live in there long, but at least they're getting situated today. I'm all separate cups. I just don't have enough materials ready. It's just, it is what it is today. Okay, this jar. I want to put this Cebu blue. Oh, it's miserable, man. It's getting way too much light where I had it sat. It's like, save me. Let's give her. I'm probably gonna put this in my clings bow, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it moss. And here's a piece of frosted heart. Yeah, you could just share a cup since y'all were together anyway. Roomies. The biggest jar with the biggest leaves and the yuckiest looking nastiness. Yay. I think it's just because they were dirty though. Smell or anything, but a couple of them do not look great. I think these probably need to be in separate cups. Please have enough. One. Our last sad fella is another Aglaonema, which is another piece of the wishes. And again, it's just like permanently droopy. So I think I want to do this one. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut off anything. It kind of smells. I'm going to cut off anything that doesn't look good. Can't do plant chores without making a ginormous mess in my room. So I took the leaf off because I wasn't super happy, but there's a bump on the petiole. I think I have just enough stuff left to put this. We'll see. Hopefully this is the answer. Hasn't been a very easy one for me, but I think maybe it's just I give it too much light. That's just usually the case here. I bleach it. It hates me. Put these little Syngonium friends here. I probably will go to the tent eventually, but right now, since I just freshly repotted them, this is like an ICU situation for the stuff that I've recently been taking care of. As you may notice, some aglaonemas that we just recently repotted. So that looks so good, just like this little beautifulness. I didn't order enough sweater boxes. I only got 6, so I wish I had gotten 2 more because they fit perfectly. My little ICU boxes. Yes, it's a mess. I just didn't want them to shadow each other too much, so this is just what it is for today. I'll probably be fixing this tomorrow because a lot of these need to be watered and I need to check on a lot of them, so, and probably take some of those out for my red stuff over there. So it's just temporary. Don't come for me. I thought I would sit over here in front of the plants that we've been working on the last couple days. I did a video with the aglaonema and now we have the water props, and I still have only 1 plant left in water downstairs, but it's way too big for moss. It really needs to go into soil and I don't have any. I'll tell you what I do have though, a gigantic mess to clean up in my bedroom. I did it again. So that is what I'm going to be doing as soon as I turn off this camera. I've got soil on my bed, there's water everywhere, I've got all the dirty jars, which I'll just put right next to the sink, and my supportive fairy husband will more than likely clean them for me. Although I may not get the octopus mug back. He may reclaim it. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with water propping. I've always just been the moss junkie. I'm sure the plants will appreciate it, getting out of that nasty water. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a happy and safe holiday season with your family. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you're not and you want to be, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
I love plants. I love every kind of plants. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't get out.